And multiple people, including 2 firefighters, are recovering after a string of house fires. One of those happened on the west side Sunday night, sending 2 firefighters and 2 residents to the hospital. A dog also died in the fire.
So we want to talk more about these fires. More than a dozen homes have caught fire in Jacksonville just in the past week, killing 3 people, also injuring some firefighters. And so in response to this recent surge today, city leaders held a neighborhood walk near where the fire broke out last night on the west side. And I'm joined now by Fire Chief Keith Powers. You were out there today, Chief, handing out smoke detectors because this is so important. You want to make sure that everyone here at the holidays and year round stays safe. So thank you for coming in tonight. The first question I have is why this surge in fires right now?
Well, it kind of gets cyclical. It goes up and down, but with the recent cold snap that we've had, it causes, people to start using space heaters and start doing things that may be a little more unsafe. And that's kind of what the message is today, is to try to help people, remind people of fire safety and help keep them safe.
And so I want to talk specifically about space heaters. We know a lot of people turn those on when we have a cold snap. How many of these fires that we've had just over the past week, how many of them actually are due to space heaters? Do you know?
So we don't know those numbers exactly because, the state fire marshal comes in and does those investigations. But what we do know is they do cause fires on a consistent basis throughout the country, just based off the data that we get. And what we want to do is make sure that you keep those space heaters at least 3 feet away from anything that's combustible in your home. Don't leave them running when you're gone. Don't turn them off when you go to bed. Those kind of things, to keep yourself safe.
Okay, so we're on your side. We want to make sure that everyone at home stays safe. What are your top 3 tips for people who are watching right now? What can they do to make sure they don't have a fire at their home?
Make sure they have a working smoke detector, and make sure that you change the batteries in them twice a year. And a good reference is to change them when the time changes every year, to change those batteries. Another thing that we have to do is make sure that you're not plugging too many things in to your outlets. Your space heater would have too many things that overload that outlet that cause a fire. And then one of the most important things is to have a fire home safety escape plan with your family, and to practice that over and over, because what we know is that if you don't practice it over and over, and it just becomes ingrained in your brain of how to get out of the fire, then when pressure gets on, when the smoke's in the house or there's fire, you don't remember what you need to do. So you got to practice it. And when you get outside, have that special meeting point outside the oak tree in the front yard or wherever that is, but do not go back in the house after the fire. After you go out of the house, let us do that. But don't go back in. Don't go back in for a loved one. Don't go back in for a pet. And surely don't go back in for belongings.
Very good information to keep everyone at home safe. Thank you. And I know that the city of Jacksonville is giving away a free smoke detector. So if you're interested in that, just visit firstcoastnews.com. We've got all that information there. Fire Chief Powers, thank you for coming in. We appreciate all that you and your men and women are doing to keep us safe.
Thank you.